What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new Adidas Predator Tango 18.1 TR in the launch Skystalker pack colorway. This is the new Predator-inspired lifestyle sneaker from the Adidas brand. Very, very interesting design. I actually happen to think that's a good looking shoe, but there are some weird aspects to it as well. It's super comfortable, and for the $130 asking price, it's actually a pretty decent value if you like the look of them, of course. So we're gonna be going over all the details in today's video, including how they fit and feel on feet. So if you wanna learn more, please stick around and watch the entire video. And if you're interested in a pair for yourself, I'll leave a pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $130 retail price. Let me start off with a huge disclaimer, and the number one question I know everyone's going to ask about these: can you actually play soccer in them? Because after all, it is the TR version, which TR of course stands for trainer. And the simple answer to that question is no. These are not made for playing in at all. The fit, the shape, the material of the upper, the lack of a heel counter, this is simply made for walking around. It truly is a lifestyle sneaker. If you wanted to juggle a ball in these, I suppose you could do that, but I wouldn't recommend running. I certainly wouldn't recommend sprinting. And if you value your ankles at all, I would not recommend making any quick cuts in these. They're just not made for it at all. The upper is basically a sock material with a thin nylon liner, no structure here. And again, it's made as a lifestyle sneaker. It's a little bit misleading because Adidas does have other TR models, specifically the shoe that came before this, the Ace 17.1 TR, which obviously was a shoe that you could wear to actually play in. This, however, is not like that at all. So if they're not actually made for playing in, why do you actually want them? I would equate this to a Predator-themed Adidas NMD. The NMD is a sneaker I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with. You saw it in the intro of this video. The Boost midsole that you get on this shoe, Boost running all the way through. You can see it through the translucent part, which is pretty cool. Very, very comfortable underfoot. And again, it feels pretty much like an NMD. That's immediately what it reminded me of when I put these on. And as far as the upper is concerned, it is a knitted style upper. They really don't give it a specific name. It's not prime knit, if that's something that you're wondering. And you can see it's black in color. That does reveal a little bit of that orange as it kind of stretches out, but it's a very, very subtle detail. For the most part, the sneaker just looks solid black. As far as the styling is concerned, it's a little bit on the unusual side. It does maintain the Adidas stripes, black on black, which keeps things fairly simple. And then obviously it does have the Predator and Adidas logos there on the very back with this suede overlay that I think looks quite premium. I don't mind the texturing and just the general pattern within this material either. It's just the collar to me that's a little bit on the unusual side. It's again trying to mimic what you have on the soccer cleat, lower at the front, higher at the back, but they've given it this kind of stretched out opening that just looks a little bit goofy. I would have liked it to be a little bit tighter and a little bit kind of sharper in terms of that top edge like you get on the actual soccer cleat, but the opening as a whole is very, very comfortable, and the shoe just feels like a pair of socks on your feet. They're really, really nice to wear, but again, it's not a tight fitting shoe at all. I would equate this to the fit and feel of a pair of NMDs, and anybody who's worn NMDs knows that it's basically just mesh surrounding your foot. That's what these are like. It does have a lacing system, so they haven't opted to go laceless, although if you really did want to remove the laces and wear it as a laceless sneaker, you definitely could. There's enough here to hold your foot in place as long as you're not going to be running around, which I really wouldn't recommend doing at all anyways. It's got these kind of rounded rope style laces that I'm personally not crazy about, although they are black on black, so it kind of blends in, giving this more of a sock-like look to the upper overall. And then as far as the midsole is concerned, again, you get that full-length Boost, which is very, very comfortable. Internally, there is no insole. There's just a lining material sitting directly on top of that Boost, so you really do feel it underfoot, which is great. And the design of the midsole, I'm not sure if this is the tooling that they use specifically on this particular shoe, if it's brand new or if they use this on other sneakers as well. If you know the answer to that question, I guess let me know. But as far as I know, this is specific to this particular shoe. The only thing I don't like about this tooling is the fact that you do have this rubber edge going around the front, which I don't mind the look of. It's just the fact you can see it where the Boost ends and you just have the upper right there. You actually feel that rubber edge on the inside of the shoe, which does impact the sizing, something I'll talk about during the on-feet portion of the video. So stick around for that if you legitimately want a pair of these. You're gonna find that the rubber kind of peaks up here on the side as well, where it's red, kind of almost a pinkish red. And then at the very bottom, you can see it's got that red to translucent fade, which looks quite cool. This little cutout right here, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be something specific or it's just to look cool. And then little cutouts there as well, but there is no plastic. So the actual flexibility of this is really, really nice. Again, super, super comfortable, very, very nice to wear on a daily basis if you're just walking around. If you're wondering about the weight, in a size 9.5 US, these guys weigh in at 9.9 ounces, right around the 10 ounce mark. Obviously not super, super light, but not heavy at all. And I will say that for a 10 ounce sneaker, they actually feel much lighter than they are. And again, for walking around, you don't really notice the weight at all. The upper feels really comfortable against your foot simply because it feels kind of like a slightly loose fitting sock. And then the boost under your feet offers some really, really good cushioning as well. So the weight I don't think should be too concerning, considering that this is not made to actually be played in at all. It's just made for casual wear. Just because I'm personally very, very curious, I'm gonna leave a little pop-up poll in the corner of the screen where you guys can vote whether or not you would wear this particular sneaker. Is this something that you're legitimately interested in? Do you like the look of it? Yes or no? Leave your vote in the corner of the screen. I'm curious to see what the results are, and hopefully people who are kind of on the fence about this particular sneaker will find some kind of help in the results of that poll, because I know a lot of people like to make their decisions based on what other people think as well. So leave your vote in the corner of the screen and we'll see what the results end up being, because I have a feeling that it's gonna be pretty 50-50, because I think they look cool, but at the same time, it's also kind of a weird looking sneaker. As you can see, I swapped out the stock black laces, which I don't care for. I really don't like the look of rope laces on this shoe. Plus they're really long for whatever reason, for some junior length white reflective SR4U replacement laces, which I think look cool because of the reflective bit. And the white ties in the midsole a little bit, and it just makes the shoes look a little bit more like normal sneakers to a certain extent, rather than like a giant black sock, which doesn't necessarily look bad, but I just like the look of the white. Anyways, if you are interested in a pair of SR4U replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. There'll be a pop-up in the corner of the screen, as well as a link down below in the description, so be sure to go ahead and check that out. As far as how these fit and feel on feet, they are extremely comfortable, and immediately I thought of the Adidas NMD. That's really what this reminds me of. The boost underfoot feels really, really good, and you have it full length, which is awesome. As far as the upper is concerned, it's soft. It does have a sock-like sensation to it, but again, it's very, very roomy in terms of how it fits, and you can definitely see that by how I bend my foot. It's not a tight fitting shoe. It's meant to be higher volume, kind of an open fit in general, because again, they're meant to be comfortable just to walk around, not necessarily made for running or anything like that. So again, playing in these, not a great idea in regards to lockdown or general stability. So that's not something I would recommend. You can see how the collar fits now. Not sure if this is a pair that you would want to wear with shorts or with a pair of jogger like Tiro pants or something like that. Probably would look better with pants in my opinion, but wanted to give you guys a look at them with shorts on just so you can see. The collar definitely looks better when they're on rather than off of your feet. And as far as that rubber thing I was talking about at the front, you'll notice that your toes will kind of touch that top lip of the rubber, which is a little bit hard. There's no real padding on the inside of this very thin upper. So that can be a little bit uncomfortable if you buy them a little bit too small. So width-wise, I would say these are wide enough to fit anybody. There's plenty of width to this particular shoe. And as far as the sizing is concerned, instead of my usual size 9 US, I actually went a half size up to a 9.5, just so I wouldn't have an issue with this rubber piece on the front. And sure enough, that's exactly how these fit. If you went true to size, I think they'd be a little bit too small. So I would personally recommend going a half size up in order to achieve the most comfortable fit out of this particular sneaker. So to sum up this sneaker, I think they're very, very comfortable to walk around in. I'd say it's a pleasure. I still don't love that lip at the front. That's something that is a little bit annoying, but you get used to it pretty quickly. The collar, I still think is a little bit weird. I could do with it being slightly tighter or just low cut in general. But as a whole, as a casual wear sneaker, especially considering that these are mostly all black, to wear every day for $130 with the amount of boost that you get, they're super, super comfortable. They're cheaper than NMDs, but feel pretty much exactly the same. It's just getting over the look of the shoe, which some people will love and some people will hate. If you like the look, I can definitely recommend these. But just don't play in them because that's not safe. That's it for my review. Again, if you're interested in a pair for yourself, you can click the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $130 retail price. If you have any questions, as always, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. If you enjoyed the video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching.